Okay, let's get started on this exercise 3. This is our reference. We're gonna make it something like this. So this looks like a dog tray. All right. So I'm gonna show you. I can easily think of more than a dozen different ways, different methods, different techniques to create this kind of form. But today I'm gonna show you guys 3 different ways of making these types of 3D model. First of all, we like to choose this plane. See that as soon as you click one of those icons, which are polygon primitives, you can choose other polygon primitives if you want to. So for instance, you cannot find this prism or pipe or helix on our shell. In order to select, in order to work with the helix, a helix or pipe or something else, you need to go to create menu and the polygon primitives, and you should choose this prism, a pipe, a helix, or gears. So I just click on this. This is what plane. I'm gonna go to create polygon primitive. Do you see plane here? Right here, the plane. So you can go create polygon primitives and choose plane, or just simply click this icon. So Maya will automatically place whatever polygon primitive that you click on here will be placed. Maya will place them at the center. At the center. In other words, the origin. Where's the origin? You can hit in a W and bring here. Oh, this is the lesson 2. Okay, I'll go to lesson 3. And then I'm gonna make it a little bigger. Okay, this one about same size as our reference. Okay, sometimes you might want to hide this grid by clicking this icon. Hide, show, hide, and show. So apparently, this one has only one face. In order to make these types of 3D model, you need to add more segments. More segments. There are several different ways to add additional segments. You can use connect tool, as we use this connect tool several times in our previous lessons. You can use multi-cut. Yes, you can, or you can use the another great tool. This is an amazing tool, which is called insert edge loop tool. If I never show you guys how to use this tool, okay, this is the one of our main tool that we're gonna learn today. Insert edge loop tool. Where is it? You go to mesh tool and you can find insert edge loop tool. So if you don't want to use this one, you can still use these 2 tools, multi-cut or connect tool, to add more segments. 1 segment, 2 segments, many segments. You can use this. Okay, let's use this connect tool, or you can just hit in the T. What is this? Does anyone still remember how called this guy? Small panel? Manipulator. This one is manipulator. You can just simply hit in a T, tangle, and then add number 2. See, now we got 2 faces, right? 2. We just added new segments. What about subdivisions height? So now we 1, 2, 3, 4 faces. Okay. This is a manipulator. If you don't want to use this, but you like to use connector, yeah. Modeling toolkit on the right. What is the top one? Is it this channel box? Next, modeling toolkit. And the next one is attribute editor. So you should go to modeling toolkit in order to choose one of those 12 tools, most popular, most frequently used tools. You should go right here. See, connect tool. On the connect tool, you can find 3 more options: slide, segment, and pinches. How many segments they would like to add on this face? Just 1. Make sure you have just 1. What if you have 2 there, and you will add 2 segments? See, 1, 2. So what if you have 5 there? And you can have 5. You don't need that many segments to create this kind of form. So undo, go back to 1. Okay, we just added. See, now we have 2 faces because we just added one additional segments there. What if you like to add additional segments in between left and right edges, both edges. Connect to, yeah, you can use connect to and click one more time. All those segments, two segments were placed at the center, because do you see it's very tiny? Let here slide. Okay, the value of the slide is 0.50. With 0.50, you can add a new segment exactly in the middle, exact center, in between those two edges. So what I'm saying is, let me undo this. So I'm gonna go to connect to again. So instead, when you have different value, different number than 0.50, say, let me type 0.6 instead of 0.5. You know what I'm talking? See, this has been placed not at the center. You can still move that, okay, the segments left and right, okay, front or back, by holding down what key? Middle mouse button. All right, let's go back to 50. Let's go right here, slide. I'm going to type 0.50. All right, let's say it again. You see that? All right, see. This left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 faces. Okay, as I promised, I'm going to show you three different ways. Okay, here's one. Okay, number one. For faces, so we're gonna make hole top of here. Go to create, and this time we're not going to go to polygon primitives because we don't need one of those polygon primitives, because we already chose this plane for this. And then this time I'm gonna create a template to create this hole. So go to I can see here curve tools. Yeah, curve tools. You can go to curve tool. If you go to curve tool, you can find this curve, or you can go to curve tab instead of going to create and then choose curve. Here's curve tools. You just click this tab, curve and surfaces, right before poly modeling. Go to curves and surfaces. Okay, what do you see? You should see in a bunch of different types of curves too. So the one we need is this one, circle. There's no circle. Oops, see, as soon as I click this, we got circle right here. We see circle, we can clearly see the circle with a green outline, but this one is basically invisible. So if you deselect this one, you still see the blue one. But once you render this one, this in a circle, you probably don't understand what I'm talking about. What rendering does. Yeah, once you render this one for your final image, you won't see this one. You won't see this. This is just invisible. This is just invisible one. But we still like to use this one as a template. So I'm gonna bring this guy right here. And then this circle is pretty big compared to this hole in our reference, smaller. Also, I'm gonna go to top view. So also, let me deactivate the grid. All right, so now look at this. Grid. All right, so it doesn't have to be that accurate here. So I'm going to just place the circle around center. Let's compare this. This hole, that circle. And then go to attribute editor. And you can find those three tabs and then go to make notes. Yeah, you don't have to worry about this make notes kind of things, but yeah, see, only see this one, only care about the circle. Here's a circle, and on the circle history, you can find the sweep and the radius. And this is radius. Yeah, you can change radius scale of this circle. And the next one you will see degree. There are two options you can choose from in degree. The first one is a cube, and the second one is a linear. So if you choose a linear, say this is a circle, we don't see kind of angular edges around the circle. But once you choose the linear, now you should see clear edges, like angular edges. So with this, you can decide the number of number of section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 segments, and 8 section is more than enough to create kind of perfectly smooth and elegant whole, something like this. Look at this. I used 8 section, which means you don't need, if you use like a 10 section, for this circle, I would say that's way too many. Typically, we use about 6 or 8. We always use even number rather than odd number. So I use 8 section. 8 sections. 8 sections are more than enough. Okay, let's go right here. Top again. And here, let me select this again. Make the circle. The radius 1 and degree I chose linear, and the sections I add 8. So what if you add more than 8? Look at this. This is 11, this is 10, this is 12. Okay, trust me, you don't need that 12. You don't need the 10 section. 8 will be more than enough. That's 8. Let's see. All right, move to here's again. Our perspective view. What if we go to side view? I'm going to bring this down a little bit. Go to perspective again. Okay, just I place this circle on the top of this plane. And then we need to go back to top view again. Here. So. Yeah, looks like I already activate this, and I already checked this wireframe unshaded. If you uncheck this right here, wireframe unshaded. If you uncheck this, you won't see wireframe. See, you won't see. You can only see this circle, not circle. But uncheck this, you will see those wireframe on this plane. Okay, once you check the wireframe unshaded again, see now you should see those wireframe. So usually we check this wireframe unshaded, especially when you deal with the edges and the points. I mean vertices. Uncheck and check. And the modeling toolkit. Okay, so we already used this multi-cut tool several times. So we're going to use this with multi-cut. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this object mode and the multi-cut, and then just trace around this circle, which consists of a section. So now look at this. This is a face, another face, face, all faces. So here, perspective view. And then I'm going to select the 1, 2, 3, 4 faces. Okay, remember all these faces are, each face is 4-sided. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you remember? I think I mentioned about this, that you must make sure that every single face on your object, the model, must be 4-sided. 3-sided face, like this one is not actually 3-sided. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, actually 5-sided. Then basically this is bad. 3-sided faces are bad. also neither. So for five-sided, these are all bad. So you should make all these five-sided or three-sided or six-sided faces to four-sided faces. This one is four-sided faces. Four-sided, everything four-sided. Okay, we should take care of this later. And then Command E, the shortcut for this extrude, Command E, or you just go to Modeling Toolkit and click this extrude. See, extrude. And our arrows are way too short, small. Hit in a plus sign, a plus key, minus, plus, minus, plus. Also, if you like to bring all those three arrows at in the center, right? This is center of this plane. I would like to see those three arrows were placed at someplace else, than the center. If you like to bring all these three arrows at the center, click this light blue icon, switch icon. So let me click this. See, good. I like this. And then grab this, the green arrow, and bring it down a little bit. See, go like this. If you like to add, while pushing down this the four faces, if you like to add additional segments at the same time while pushing this down, you want to add a few more segments simultaneously, because we like to create kind of a nice and clean and elegant hard edges around this hole. You can hit actually G like George. G is used especially when you repeat kind of same kind of a command over and over and over. So let's do this from here. Let's drag down a little bit, and the G, George, and a little more. You see that I just added a new segment G. You see G and G like this. So in case you like to add more segments, use this hotkey, G. G is what? Repetition. You can repeat the same command over and over without going to, Modeling Toolkit and choose extrude and push down a little bit and go to Modeling Toolkit, choose extrude again. So you can, by using this kind of hotkey, the shortcut, you can save a lot of times. So let me drag this down a little bit. All right, and then I'm going to deselect this. Okay, at this moment, I'm going to go to object mode, and I'm going to hit 1, 2, 3 keyboard to see this object that we are working with on the preview mode. Do you see this? It's kind of ugly. So go back to normal mode, polygon mode. Okay, by the way, we don't need this circle template anymore because we already created this hole. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to outliner and find this circle, no circle. I selected this. The reason why I went to outliner instead of clicking this, it sometimes really, yeah. So I can definitely select this in a circle, but sometimes it's really hard because it's almost kind of invisible in a circle. Actually, this circle doesn't have any face, no face, with circle with no face. So I usually go to outliner and then find the circle, click and select, and then you can delete or hide. If you like to hide that in a circle, just hit H. Now we don't see the circle anymore. I'll hit 3, something like this. All right, after this, we're going to create the side, front and back, left and right, and edge. Go to edge mode, double click. I double clicked all edges and then extrude. Bring down like this. Okay, as you see, those arrows were actually placed at these edges on the right, like the front, right? Not at the center. Also click this. And then all rows scale tool, scale. And be careful, don't grab this red one. So you make this kind of form. What if you grab this blue one? You can get this kind of form. Okay. What if you grab the green? Yeah, nothing happens. You must grab the cube from the center. So as center, from center, this one. Okay. While all edges at the bottom were still selected, and then I'm gonna go to mesh tool, and then use this fill hole, so that we won't have any hole here. Yeah, this is kind of okay. I'm not acceptable, but I don't like the this face. This face is way too big compared to other faces. This face, and this face, and this face. This face is way too big. I like to keep the about the same size on all the faces, all the faces on these objects. So what I like to do, you can simply use this multi-cut. Click on this vertex and go to this vertex on the other side, opposite side, and the opposite side. So once it's done, you can hit return or select the selection tool. So now two faces instead of one face. Okay, I'm gonna do one more time here. So multi-cut, vertex, and go to the other side and select this and the return. All right. So look at this face. Yeah, they all look about same size, about the same size. Okay, let me hit 3 again to see this object on the preview mode. And then, okay, let's quickly take a look at our reference. Yeah, not quite there yet. Go back to normal mode, hit 1. Okay, you understand what we need to do in order to create this kind of nice, hard edges around the top and the corners and the top around the this hole. So definitely this is not good. All right, as I told you guys earlier, this is bad. Why this face is bad? This face is bad. This face is bad. This face is bad. What about, let's take a look inside of this hole? Four-sided. Everything is four-sided. What about this one? Four-sided, definitely four-sided. Everything is four-sided. Four-sided. Everything is four-sided. But this one not. This one not. So how to make those four faces? Like 5-sided faces, 2 4-sided faces. We can keep using as a multi-cut. See this? Very easy. Just cut this, return. See, now this 4-sided, and this one also 4-sided. Good. And a multi-cut. Cut this vertex and cut this vertex. Return. Cut. So now 4-sided, everything is every single face on these objects is 4-sided. Everything is 4-sided. Good. So hit 3 again. Not yet. Much better than before, but not quite yet. All right, this time you understand what we need to do around here on the edges of this hole. Okay, in order to create this kind of nice hard edges, definitely we need to add more segments. I don't know how many segments, but we need to add more segments until you achieve this kind of nice hard edges around here and all the edges, as well as these corners. So far we have used multi-cut many times, and also we used the connect tool several times. And then the tool that I like to introduce you guys, additional tool that I like to show you guys is this one, Insert Edge Loop tool. This is a great tool. You like it. You like this too very much. Okay, let's use this insert edge loop tool instead of the multi-cut or connect tool. I'm going to select this insert edge loop tool here. And then I'm going to add another segment around this hole, okay, with a section. Click right here. Just add one here. Okay, I just added a new segment. Hit 3. See, now much better, much better. Yeah, definitely not. I think the one segment is definitely not enough to create this kind of hard edges. See, what if you add the additional one right here? Insert edge loop tool. I'm going to add additional 2 segments. See, you know what I'm talking? Much better. See, also you might add additional segments inside right here. You know what I'm talking? See, look at this. I'm gonna add an additional one. Also, I'm gonna add another one at the bottom here. Maybe you can add the in between. See? Also, what if you like to add another segment at the, I'm gonna close the edges around here. Okay, around here. So look at this. Edge loop tool. Okay. And this is not the segments that we were actually looking for. In this case, let me undo this. All right. Okay, pay attention. So we added one segment here, another segment here, and then 1, 2, 3 more segments inside of this hole. And then next, we like to add another segment at the edges, left, right, and front and back by using insert edge loop tool. So when you add new segments around here, do you see here? Around here, go to insert edge loop tool. Don't select this insert edge loop tool, but select this empty box of the insert edge loop tool, not this word. Select this box, and it will open two settings. And on the maintain position, and you should see relative distance from edges at the very top. And then you will see next what equal distance from edges. This is the current setting of the insert edge loop tool. We added these 3 and 5 altogether 5 in a segment by using this equal this with this setting, equal distance from edges. So let's try to find the difference between relative distance and the equal distance. Okay, with equal distance. So what's this? And insert edge loop tool with equal distance. You can add like this: equal distance, equal distance, equal distance, equal distance, equal distance, equal, 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 everything equal. So what if you select the another? See here, insert edge loop tool. I'm going to select this empty box. And what if you select this relative distance from edges? All right, we'll find out the difference between these two options. Okay, two settings. Watch out this. Do you see this? Do you see this? This is not equal distance. This is relative distance from edges. Perfect tool to add additional segments at the edges, all edges, 4 edges. All right, great. I'll close that. Let me hit 3 again. You see? And definitely we can add more. Let's see. Did that work? At the bottom. And so what if I select this edge only and the bevel there? You can select the 1, 2, 3 edges. I select the 3 edges, all 3 corners, and then click in bevel. That's very simple. So okay. Okay, this is first method. Remember the one in, okay, in addition to this plane, we created this plane that we utilized to create this kind of form, 3D form. We use this circle, knob circle. Okay. Do you understand where you can find this circle? You need to click these curves and surfaces to create this template, the circle. Okay, second method. Talk about second method here. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, faces. Okay, this time, just slightly actually different method. We're not going to use this circle, but we're going to use 2 polygon primitive. This is first one, a plane, and then we're going to use this one, cylinder, plane with 4 faces, and then cylinder. I'm going to click like this right here. And then I'm going to go to my top view. And hit T, tangle, to open manipulator. So you can adjust the radius, height, and what about subdivision axis? Again, you don't need that many subdivision to create that kind of hole. 8 is more than enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 subdivision, 8 sections, 8 edges. And then subdivision height, 1 is fine, and subdivision cap, just 1. All right, so let's quickly go back to perspective view. Okay, these are 2 objects that we are using to create this kind of form, to create this kind of form. Plane as well as cylinder, just 2 polygon primitives. And then I'm going to select the cylinder and go to a channel box, and then you'll find the layers. Select this one, select object in create. So it's a create. Create layer from selected. You can find that option by clicking these layers. What is the first one? Yeah, you can create just empty layers, or just click and select the object that you like to place into a layers. Go to layers, select the cylinder and the layers, and select, and then choose this one. Create layer from selected. All right, we just place this here, layer 2. See, if you uncheck this V, invisible, show height, yeah, show height. And then P, playback. We're not playing this one. We are not actually playing back. We don't have any animation yet. So next, checkbox. Click once, and you will see templated. With template, you cannot select this. Yeah, with templated, you cannot select. You cannot modify this. You can modify this. Okay. There's no way you can click and select this in a cylinder. You still like to select this one. How to select this? And you go to outliner, and you should see cylinder right here. See this cylinder. And then what if you click one more time, and now you should see all instead of T. T is templated. What about all? Reference, right? You just made this one reference. Same thing. Once you made this cylinder, or any kind of polygon primitives, and the reference, you cannot select. So even if you click this, you can select. What if you can select this plane, but you cannot select. This is the template. This is reserved. This is referenced. So this, I like to write the T templated. With this, you go to top view, and then we're going to use multi-cut modeling toolkit, multi-cut, and then for that we have to select this. Did I select this? Okay, select this. and a multi-cut, and then you can cut. Okay, as we did earlier. Then close. So perspective view. Face. So again, you should be able to select, say, 1, 2, 3, 4 faces. Okay, this face, this face, this face. And these are all 5-sided faces. Bad faces. These are bad faces. These are good faces. Because these are 4-sided, but these 1, 2, 3, 4 are 5-sided. So we got a hole here, and we don't need this in the template anymore. So go to layers, and you can uncheck this visibility. Yeah, so we don't need that anymore. And the 1, 2, 3, 4. Command E, or you need to go to modeling toolkit and then choose this one, extrude. Okay, I'm gonna use shortcut hotkey, Command E. Command E. Again, strangely, all these 3 arrows were not actually placed at the center. Don't worry, don't panic. Click this. All right, on center, and they can bring it down a little bit slightly. And the G, repeat for repetition. Just the G, George. See, we just added a new segment here. Add one more, G. Yeah, something like this. And then don't forget to make this all 4 faces to 4-sided faces by multi-cut. So this, I'm gonna cut this, return, cut, return, oops, return. All right, good. So now everything is 4-sided. Take a look inside of this hole, all 4-sided. This one 4-sided. Everything's 4-sided. Okay, here is one very useful tips. Let's say, for instance, while making any 3D model, you kind of notice that some 3-sided faces, triangles, triangular faces. Like for instance, what I'm talking is this is obviously 4-sided, but you kind of notice that you have so these are triangles. You see, triangle. These are. So as I told you, already mentioned earlier, these are okay. These are okay, but these are not okay. So in this case, first, you just go to edges more, and then select these edges, and then just delete it. Make sense? Now this is 4-sided. Or I'm not too sure this is gonna work. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go to mesh, and you will find this one, quadrangulate, and this one triangulate, and this quadrangulate. See now here. Yep. See. Undo. 1, 2. These are triangles, and these 2 also triangle. Select this triangle, mesh, and select this one, quadrangulate. See now all 4-sided. Hit 3. See. Edges. To the center. In this.
So what's the reason to not have triangles or 5-sided?
That's a good question. That's a good question. That's a really good question. Okay. So let's see. Triangle. All right. Do you see these triangles? Do you see triangle here? Who was it? Who asked this question?
It was me.
Okay. So let's say, for instance, you like to add the new segments around these edges, right? By using this tool, insert edge loop tool. Watch out this. Oh, this is not equal. Okay, we need this one equal distance from edges. Okay, do you see this?
Yeah.
Do you see this? This works, right? But if you like to add additional segments on these faces at the bottom, that includes some non-four-sided faces. Do you see any four-sided, non-four-sided faces on the top here? Can you answer? Do you see any non-four-sided faces on the top?
Not on the top.
Not on top, but we have some non-four-sided face on the bottom, right?
Right.
So let me select this insert edge loop tool again to add additional segments on these faces. Do you see that? This doesn't work. See, this doesn't work. Whenever you have some four-sided faces, this tool doesn't work. This tool doesn't work. See, let me try again. See. So this insert edge loop, deselect first. You see that? It doesn't work. Well, on the other hand, if you like to add additional segment on the top where all four-sided faces are, do you see this? But,
yep.
But right here, no. See, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So there will be lots of headache, when you have some non-four-sided faces, especially when it comes to using and working with the edge loop tool or multi-color connector.
Gotcha.
Got it?
Thank you.
Yeah. So edge loop tool. Then bring this down. And then I'm going to hit all. Okay, this second method. So I'm not going to do the rest of things because I already show you guys how to fill hole. How to fill hole. So you go to mesh and then choose this fill hole. And then last method. Okay, this time we're not going to use this circle. No. We're not going to use the cylinder neither. We're going to use only this. And we still will make these types of form, 3D forms. Okay, without using the circle, without using this cylinder, right? This plane with the 4 faces, 1, 2, 3, 4 faces, all 4-sided faces. And then I'm gonna go to vertex mode and select this vertex. A point. I select a vertex. And then go to right here, edit mesh, and try to find this one. Chamfer vertices. If you select the chamfer vertices, this vertex will become a face. Let's try again. I select this face, this vertex, and then I'm gonna apply this. See, the vertex has become a face. This is obviously a face now. This is not a circle, but we still like to make this kind of circular hole, not this circle. We understand how to use extrude tool. Yeah, not a big deal. You can make it like this, but this is not a hole. This is square. So we like to create rounded hole like this. So after this, and one more tool, you go to edit mesh, choose the chamfer vertices, and then you can find this one, circularize. This is not a circle. This is square. This square. So if you select this circularize, you can make a circle. Circularize. I select the circularize, and then go to manipulator. And then the only things that you need to take care of in this manipulator to make this in a square into a circle, you just add new. Oh, what happened here? Just like this, and the circularize. This one, only division. All right. As I told you, in order to make this kind of nice hole, you don't need 10 subdivision. You don't need the 10 edges. You don't need the 10 section. You need only 6 or 8. 6 or 8. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is more than enough. So if add one more here, add on here, so add division like 2. If it's like this 2, now you can have 1, 2, 3, 12 sections, 12 edges. There are redundant edges. You don't need that many, you know. So one will be, this will make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then if you feel like this hole is too small, you can adjust this one, radial offset. Probably too big, too small. Just go like this. All right. So done. And then I'm going to select this, Command E, or you go to Modeling Toolkit and select this, Extrude, and then bring this down. If you like to repeat, if you like to use the G key, just bring down a little bit, and the G, George, George, George. Okay, deselect. So we have some issues here. What kind of issues? Non-four-sided faces, non-four-sided, five-sided faces. So it is simply bring it down like that. So we're gonna take care of the rest of this later. Okay, let's keep it simple. This five-sided, five-sided, five-sided. Okay, let's make four-sided faces. So what about here? This is eight-sided face. Bad, bad. This eight-sided faces. So with this edge loop tool and the disconnect tool won't work. These two, the most probably one of the most popular in the modeling tools, and very, very useful, especially when you're adding more in the segments in order to achieve kind of nice, elegant, hard edges around your object. So with this kind of face, won't work. Disconnect to insert the insert edge loop to don't like this kind of faces. So we need to make them four-sided faces. I'm going to use this multi-cut. See what's this? Go directly. Multi-cut. You think you can go like this? No, right? So cut here. That's four-sided. Four-sided. Oops. Haha. What happened here? There we go. Return. Four-sided. Okay, now this four-sided, and here's all four-sided. Multi-cut. Finally, okay. See, look at this. Now, four-sided, or four-sided, or the four-sided. And then insert edge loop tool. See, one, and you can add more. Okay, another useful tip is, yeah, you can definitely add more segments by using this either connect tool or multi-cut or insert edge loop tool, one, or just double click this insert edge loop tool, or you go to mesh tool and insert edge loop tool. Don't choose these words, but select this empty box, and under relative equal, and then you can find the multi-fold edge loop. Multi-fold edge, like for instance, we don't need that many edge segments here, but for instance, for whatever reason, you need to add like around 10 segments on here. 10, like for instance, 10 segments. You go right there, double click, or you go to mesh tools and to select this empty box and open this tool settings, go to multi-fold edge loop. So what do you see? The number right here, number of edge loop 2. So what if you type the 10 there? Okay, 10 instead of 2. So watch out this. You see that? You just added 10 new segments at once, clicking just once, and then you can get this kind of really hard edges around it. Equal this then. Okay. So again, I'm not gonna do the rest of things since I already show you guys how to do it on this first lesson here. Okay, lesson 4, exercise 4. Yeah, this one actually looks like the one of the corner of your best curve. See, what's interesting about this kind of form is somewhere here, right here. Do you see this side is kind of tapering in a toward this corner, like round. Do you see this? It's wider and then narrow, getting wider, and getting a narrow, kind of tapering toward the bottom of this best curve. So that is something that you should be careful while creating this. All right, same thing that we're going to start with a plane. There's a plane. All right, about the same size. I'm going to make it a little bigger. All right, so let's make this best curve here, corner of best curve. And this is a plane with just one face. And then I'm going to use this manipulator. How many new subdivisions, new segments we need to add to create this kind of form? 1, 2, and also 1, 2. Altogether 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 faces. And then I'm going to go to face mode, a face, double click. Oh, not here, here. Okay, face, double click. All right. So what if we use what if you just pick up this, extrude? What if you use this one? All right, I click the extrude, and you can get this kind of form. Look like the hospital, the school building. Here 3, yeah, totally different. Yeah. Yeah, this time you need to hit the W, just drag up, move to W and move to. Okay, let's compare in this 2. I'm gonna hit 3. Reference. Okay, this is what we're working with right now. I'll go back to 1. Right now you understand how to add this kind of how to achieve this kind of hard edges on the top of this best curve. You need to add more segments. Yeah, more segments. Also, you think about the bottom, the bottom of this best curve. So we also need to achieve this kind of nice hard edges, and then don't forget to create this kind of tapering on this corner. Right, first of all, let's take care of this part first, and then you're gonna do top and bottom. You're gonna create this kind of hard edges. So go here. Once you deselect this, we don't see wireframe. So I'm gonna click on this wireframe on shaded, so that you can see that's wireframe on this object. Multi-cut. I'm gonna use multi-cut. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut in between this return. So I'm gonna cut right here, and then right here, return. So I'm gonna cut here, here, and here. Does anyone wonder about what I'm doing here? Do you see any issues?
There's triangles.
So yeah, we should not have these triangles. Okay, after adding more segments. So simple, select these edges and delete it. That's it. Do you still see any triangles? No triangle, right? The four side, for everything is four side right now. So let me hit in a 3 again. Yeah, still pretty much rounded. Not like this, right? So next. And then go to edge. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select this edge and this edges. So in order to create this corner and the W, move tool. Okay, do you see what I'm doing here? Tapering. Okay, also I'm gonna select this. Oops, I'll select this. And these edges, 2 edges right here. Also, I'm gonna go to vertex mode. Select this vertex. Yeah, if you see this kind of a zigzag in the lines, so try to organize, clean them up. See, this is not good and this is not good. So line them up. It looks like this is wider. Yeah, select this vertex. So don't leave the your edges something like this. That's better. What about here? Select this and this. Something like this. Here too. Obviously, this edge is wider, longer than these edges. Yep. Okay. Do it again. Yeah, better than before, but not yet. Not quite, not there yet. So first of all, okay, let's do this top. So next one. And then my favorite modeling tool is actually this one, Insert Edge Loop tool. So with this, and then I'm gonna add another one. Okay. So sometimes I hit 3 to see. Better than before, not like this. And maybe you can add the additional one in the bottom here, right here. See? All right, let's check again. Hit 3. See? Much better. See? I added 1, 2, 3 segments. So what if we select these edges and move that up a little bit? I'm not gonna do this. So one here. And then what else we can do? Okay, nice. Point E. Okay, you see right here, see, tapering toward the end. So I'd like to add additional one at the bottom here. Let's see. Perfect. See, perfect. Good. Lesson 5. So we are making this. Looks like a very simple, but not really. So let's see. Also, be careful. You should create nice hard edges. Start with the plane. Okay. Manipulator, hit T, tangle. We're gonna add how many? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be enough. Yeah. So 4 faces, 1, 2, 3, 4 faces. And then we need to make this area. So right click and edges, click these edges. One edges, I selected one edge. And the modeling toolkit. Okay, so far we have used the how many tools? Connect to 1, multi-cut 2, 3, 4, and then probably this 5 instead of loop tool. Also, of course, we also use this one, fill hole. Not frequently actually used tool, not at all, whatsoever. And then also not also frequently used tool chamfer, but we used once. And then circularize, not that frequently used tool, but we use circularize as well as chamfer, but this is today. So I select these edges and I'm going to click on this bevel. Okay, you can imagine where we like to create this dent here. It's too wide, and then you can adjust that to too small, too narrow, too wide. So like this, and then with the connect tool, add one here. Make sure you got the 0.50, and we just added on edge a segment at the middle in between these two edges, and hit W and bring this down like this. All right, let me hit 3. Yeah, clearly different. Yeah, once you hit 1, polygon mode, normal mode, yeah, looks similar, but once you hit 3, it's totally different. So we need to achieve this. Okay, hard edges. So go back to normal mode, polygon mode, and this time I'm gonna go to edges 1, 2, 3, 4 edges, and the bevel again. Ooh, too wide. Look at this, and then I'm gonna add the segments. Of course, you can add the segments by using this connect tool or multi-cut or insert edge loop tool. But while applying this bevel tool, you can just add a few more segments. I mean, at the same time without using additional tools. See how convenient, So just add a few more. I don't like this one. Maybe it's 0, 7 or something. All right. Let me hit 3 again. Yeah, see? Like that. See? So are we done? What do you think? Do you see any issues?
I don't think so.
Does anyone see any, problems on this object? This is four-sided. What about this? These are not four-sided. Yeah, you have to fix this one. How to fix this stuff? Well, here, these are all four-sided. All four-sided. All right, let's try the multi-cut. What if I cut like this? It's four-sided, right? But in when you cut, when you cut any of those faces on your object with the multi-cut, consider this one. Do you like to use the symmetry option or not? These two are absolutely identical I mean, exactly in the same, and then you like to add a new segment here in order to make this face, 5-sided faces to, 4-sided faces. Not only this, but also this. So you want to do like this, cut. Yes, we can, and the return. You want to cut like this. This is, the way you do very unprofessional, manners when it comes to creating something, machine kind of devices or some, weapon kind of thing. Don't do like this one by one. Do cut, both segments, add, both segments at the simultaneously. How to add the simultaneously? You need to activate the symmetry option. Symmetry option. See, let me go. So go to top view, symmetry option. And if you click on the symmetry option, you should see object X, Y, Z and the world X, Y, Z and topology like this. Which one we should choose in order to cut here and cut here at the same time? So if you look at the lower left corner, there are 3 tiny letters. X means width, Y means height, and the G means depth. Do you see here is a X, Y, Z? So can you guess? Can you imagine which one we should choose? Symmetry, X, Y, and Z. So we are adding 2 more segments, one here and one here. One here, one here. Symmetry, asymmetry. The symmetry, so since we like to use this symmetry, option, so we should select this X. So I'm gonna select this axis, object X, and if also you might want to briefly take a look at our modeling toolkit on the symmetry. See object X. Here's object X. Okay, so multi-cut. Cut here. Do you see this? Do you see this symmetry? Okay. So we basically added 2 more exactly right spot. See, perfectly the same spot. Symmetry makes that happen. Don't do one by one. If you're working with some symmetrical objects, symmetrical faces. See, right now it's all 4-sided. See, you can select symmetry. If you select this, symmetry. This one is symmetry, and these are symmetry. This doesn't have. See, symmetry, everything's symmetry. So you can get off there. So we can select one by one. This all 4-sided. So P3. So we have a little issue here. Let's see, kind of a little bit choppy, jagged edges here. See, I got a vertex there. Okay. Also, if you like to, for instance, if you like to drag this vertex to this direction, let's try this. Yeah, I like this. If you like to drag this, or let's see, symmetry, X. Okay, do you see what I'm doing here? So if you like to drag this, so that you can have a nice, nice rounded shape. Around here. Do you see this? So when you do this, okay, if you move the 2 vertices simultaneously, or just move one vertex in this direction, the problem is, yeah, so you can adjust it, you can move, relocate, you can modify the position of the vertices like this, but it happens sometimes externally you grab the other, the arrows, like for instance this one. See, look at this. If you grab this one, you see that you already kind of ruined the surface of this object. It happens all the time, It always happens. See, it happens like this. Do you see this color bulge here? Sometimes it happens something like this. So in order to keep the perfect flat surface of this kind of object, you may choose this one. If you go to modeling toolkit, you can find the transform constraint. Let me click this transform constraint. You should see edge slide and the surface slide. Basically, this constraint, transform constraint, let you constrain along the edges, constrain along the edges of surfaces. So once you, okay, let me select this again. Once you activate this one, constraint, transform constraint, like edge slide. So look at this. I'm gonna drag this vertex to this direction. I accidentally move this. See, look at this. It doesn't, yeah, you cannot even move it. See, up and down, you not move. Once you deactivate this one, transform constraint, you see, it happened. Again, I'm gonna select the constraint edge slide. You can constrain this vertex, edges, or many vertices along the edges, along the surfaces. You see, you cannot drag this up, see, because constraint. Off, yes, you can drag it like that. Okay, one more tool that I'd like to show you guys is a smooth tool. So if you look at it very carefully, the edges of this corner, you see that it's kind of jagged, kind of rough, very choppy in the edges. I don't like this, it's kind of choppy in the edges, choppy edges. These are okay. These are okay. Yeah, they're bad. You can definitely add more segments, to make those corners smoother than they are, or just click this object and then go to modeling toolkit, and you can find the smooth option here, smooth tool. So now, you see it? Much better. Let me do one more time. Yeah, I clicked the smooth tool twice, which has added too many polygons. One will be enough. Okay, then this is good enough. This is kind of smooth.